Amy stood by the barn, the sun sinking low behind the hills. Her hands touched the old fence, and the wind brushed her hair like a whisper from the past. Something in her heart shifted. She didn't know why, but she felt him. Ty. Could the man she lost, the man she cried for all these years, really be coming back? The story of Ty Borden isn't just a memory in Heartland. It's a wound that never fully healed. For many years, he was the heart of the ranch, strong, kind, full of life. He was Amy's partner in everything, on the land, with the horses, and in raising their daughter, Lindy. But when Ty died, everything changed. It wasn't supposed to happen that way. After being shot, Ty seemed like he was getting better. He walked, talked, smiled again. But then, out of nowhere, a blood clot took his life. 1 second he was there, the next, gone. The screen faded to black, and so did the light in Amy's eyes. Amy was never the same. How could she be? She didn't just lose a husband. She lost the future she dreamed of. Every place in the ranch reminded her of him. The barn where they worked together, the field where they rode, the home where they laughed and shared quiet nights. Ty wasn't just her love. He was her home. And now, that home felt broken. Lindy was just a small girl when Ty passed. She asked about her daddy every night. Sometimes Amy smiled and shared stories. Other nights she just cried. The camera often showed Amy sitting by herself, silent, staring at the stars, searching for something she couldn't reach. Jack and Lou tried to be strong for Amy. The whole family did. But the truth was, they were all hurting. Ty's absence left a space too big to fill. The ranch felt different, quieter, like the soul of the place had drifted away. Amy tried to move forward. She worked with horses, helped others, and focused on being a good mother. But you could always see the pain in her eyes. Behind every smile, behind every soft word, was the same unspoken question. Why did he have to go? Season after season, fans watched her struggle and grow. She learned to live with the pain, not because it got easier, but because she had no choice. Life at Heartland had to go on. But the love she shared with Ty, that never faded. Now in season 19, something is changing. Amy feels it in her bones, like the earth is shifting beneath her. The horses are uneasy. The air feels heavy. Memories of Ty come back stronger than before, and she starts to wonder, what if he's not really gone? What if the story isn't over? It began with the horses. They sensed it first, before Amy, before Jack, before anyone could explain the feeling in the air. Spartan, Amy's oldest and most trusted horse, stood frozen one morning, eyes locked on the far edge of the pasture, ears twitching, nostrils flaring. Something was out there. Something familiar. Amy noticed it too. She paused, shovel in hand, heart beating faster for no clear reason. It wasn't just the horses. It was the way the wind moved, the way the sky looked, like it was holding its breath. Something was coming. Or maybe someone. She didn't speak it out loud. Not yet. But in her chest, the ache she had buried deep for so long began to rise again. Not with pain, but with hope. Dangerous hope. Lindy, now older, was drawing at the kitchen table. She looked up at her mother and said quietly, "Mommy, I had a dream about Daddy last night." He was smiling. Amy froze. Not because Lindy had dreamed of Ty, that had happened before, but because she had dreamed the same thing, on the same night. The same smile, the same warmth. That evening, Lou and Jack sat on the porch. Lou noticed Amy's silence. Her sister was quieter than usual, not sad, more like distracted, like someone trying to hear a voice carried on the wind. "Are you okay?" Lou asked. Amy nodded, then shook her head. "I don't know," she whispered. "I feel like something's coming, or someone, and I don't know if I'm ready." Lou reached over, touching her arm. "You've come so far, Amy. Whatever it is, you'll face it. You always do. But Amy wasn't so sure. The pain of losing Ty had nearly destroyed her once. What if remembering him so deeply again only opened the wounds she had just started to heal? Later that night, Amy walked alone to the barn. She touched Spartan's nose, feeling his warmth. Her voice trembled as she spoke. "Do you feel it too, boy? Is it just me? Or is he really near?" Spartan let out a low breath and pressed his forehead gently to hers. The camera lingered there, a quiet, emotional moment that said more than any words could. Then it happened. A sound. Soft footsteps outside, not rushed, not fearful, just steady. And familiar. Amy turned, her breath caught in her chest. A shadow stood in the doorway of the barn, tall, still, silent. The light from the moon fell across his face, and for a moment, just one heart-stopping, impossible moment, Amy saw him, Ty older, worn, alive. She didn't move. She didn't breathe. Her eyes filled with tears, and her lips parted, barely able to speak his name. "Ty?" He took one step forward, and everything in Heartland changed. Some moments feel too big for words, too heavy for the heart to hold. This was one of them. Amy didn't move. Ty stood in front of her, real, breathing, older, changed. But it was him. The man she had loved, mourned, and carried in her soul. The man she buried. But how do you embrace someone you already said goodbye to? Amy's tears fell fast, not from sadness, but from shock, from confusion, from the impossible weight of love and grief crashing together in the same breath. Ty didn't speak at first. His eyes searched hers, full of the same pain, the same love. His voice, when it finally came, was soft and broken. "I'm sorry, Amy." Amy shook her head, stepping back, her hands trembling. No. You died. I held you. I felt you go." Ty nodded, his own eyes glassy. "I know what they told you. I know what you saw. But I didn't die. At least, not in the way you think." The door behind them creaked. Jack stood there. The old cowboy, always steady, always strong, looked like he had seen a ghost. For years he had been the pillar of the family. Now he looked like a man whose foundation just cracked beneath him. Jack's voice was sharp. "What is this?" Ty turned to face him. "It's me, Jack." Jack took a step forward, anger and disbelief rising. "Don't you dare say that name if this is some kind of cruel trick." Amy stepped between them, her voice still shaking. "It's him. It's really Ty." Jack's eyes softened just a little, but his guard stayed up. "Then where the hell have you been?" That question hung in the air like thunder. Lou arrived next, running in after hearing voices. She stopped cold when she saw Ty. Her hands went to her mouth. Her knees buckled and she sat hard on a bale of hay, staring at him like he wasn't real. "You're not supposed to be here," she whispered. Lindy's voice cut through everything. "Daddy?" Everyone turned. The little girl, wide-eyed, stood at the doorway. Amy turned quickly, unsure, protective. But Ty bent down slowly, tears falling as he looked into his daughter's eyes. She stepped forward, unsure, then ran into his arms. "I missed you," she whispered. Ty held her tight, eyes closed. "I missed you too, baby girl. Every single day." The moment broke everyone. Lou cried openly now. Jack looked away, fists clenched. Amy stood frozen, half in a dream, half in a storm. The man she loved was back, but the world didn't know what to do with him, because this wasn't just a reunion. It was the return of everything they'd worked so hard to live without. The love, the pain, the truth, and no one was ready. Some stories don't end with death. Some stories begin there. Ty Borden had been gone for years, but now, standing in the dim light of the Heartland barn, he was very much alive. His body was real, his voice was real, but what he carried with him was heavier than any coffin. After the tears, After the first shock passed, came the silence. The kind of silence that screams louder than words. Jack, Lou, and Amy sat inside the house, eyes fixed on Ty like they still couldn't believe it. Outside, the night had grown cold, but inside, the truth was about to break open like a storm. Ty sat forward, elbows on his knees, hands shaking, just slightly. His voice was low, rough from years of holding back. "I never meant to stay away. I was taken." Amy blinked. "Taken?" Ty nodded. "When I collapsed that day, it wasn't just the blood clot. I was in a coma for hours, but when I came to, I wasn't in Hudson. I was in a government facility. There was a threat, something I got caught in without knowing." The room stiffened. "What are you talking about?" Lou asked, her voice sharp with confusion. Ty took a long breath. "I was working with a wildlife project near the border, tracking illegal animal trades. I didn't tell anyone. I thought it was minor. But I got pulled into something bigger. International crime, smugglers, danger I never expected." Jack narrowed his eyes. "And the hospital just let you go? Disappeared you?" Ty looked at him, pain in his face. "They didn't have a choice. I was marked. And to protect you, to protect Amy, Lindy, all of you, they faked the death. I wasn't supposed to survive, but I did. And when I woke up, they said I had to disappear, for everyone's safety." Amy stood up, tears returning, but this time with fire behind them. "You let me think you were dead. You let your daughter grow up without you." Ty stood too, voice cracking. "Do you think I wanted that? Every day I begged them to let me go home, but they watched everything. They said if I contacted you, you'd be in danger. I had to wait, until it was safe." Lou was crying now. "Safe? Years, Ty. We buried you. We mourned you. Amy, she almost didn't survive losing you." Ty's shoulders slumped. "I know," he whispered. "I lived with that every day. But I swear, I never stopped loving you. I never stopped trying to find a way back." The room fell silent again. Amy walked past him slowly, staring out the window. Her voice was small. "So why now? Why come? Back now?" Ty stepped closer. "Because the people who were after me, they're gone. The case is closed. And I had a choice. Disappear forever, or fight my way home." He looked at her, eyes full of tears. "I chose you. I chose Heartland." Amy turned, her face unreadable. All the years of sorrow, strength, and waiting lived in her eyes, and though she didn't say it out loud, something shifted between them. Forgiveness wouldn't come easy. The wound was deep. But the man she lost had finally come home. And now, Heartland had to decide what to do with a miracle that looked like a memory, but came with real consequences.